Good morning, guys. This is Saturday, December the 22nd. Okay, so we ran so long on page 20 that we didn't get page 21 done. So I got up early this morning, and we're going to work on that first thing before we move on to any other pages. So, I hope you're staying busy, finishing up all your little Christmas duties like I am. So, what we're going to do on this page is, who doesn't make Christmas cookies, right? Now, sometimes it's me, sometimes it's the kids. But the first thing I want to do is, I want to cover this back, this green back. I want to and I don't want to. You know what? I think the Christmas cookies would look better on this green. What do you think? I think they will. The polka dots kind of just take from them. So I walked right over here and left my letter stamps. Let me grab them. And because I thought we would type out Christmas cookies. And also do, where did I put those? Do you ever just do that? Like, where did I put those last? There they are. Anyway, I thought we could put cookies. We could put Christmas at the top, and we could put cookies. So, and the reason I'm saying that is because I found these really cute little vintage cookies in a vintage Better Homes book. So I just thought they were really cute, and I thought these would be, a good example of what we do. My December daily may be different than other people's, but I'm trying to kind of put in what happens through the month, especially on days that I haven't done anything. It's really early this morning. We haven't done. My husband's still asleep. It's like 9 o'clock. He doesn't sleep this late, so I'm letting him sleep because you know how it is when you're on vacation. You want to get some extra sleep. And I'm going to ink this little C card. It's an alpha card from some game, but I'm gonna ink it. I'm going to leave this little car on the back just because, a lot of traveling around during this time of year. So I'm going to put my ink on here. And as you notice, none of this is prepped except the letters. That's because I wanted them to dry before today. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to make a pocket. And we're going to get our cookies all arranged. And we're going to add some lace to the page. And then on this side, I was thinking, since we're decoupaging cookies over, I'm not decoupaging, doing cookies over here with a pocket, we would decoupage a Christmas tree on this side. I think it'd be flatter than, than some other options. I'm going to go ahead and hit this with a little bit of ink while we've got it out. These little cookies are so cute. There were some that was cut off the page. So I just decided that 3 was enough. And I don't know about you guys, but I've been hitting some Hallmark, watching Hallmark movies as I work in my room. I'm going to miss it whenever I don't have any Christmas movies to watch. I usually watch just regular daytime TV, what is it? I just went, what is it called? HD. You can tell I don't watch it that often, but the home decorating kind of show where they redo homes and, Love It and List It. Property Brothers, but my favorite is Fixer Upper. That guy is crazy. I don't know what you think, but I think he's crazy. But he's so much fun to watch. And she's shown pictures of him when he was young. He was pretty much a hottie. Well, maybe not a hottie. Okay, so I'm going to push this book back for just a second so we can stamp on here. I can't believe I don't have my black ink right here. So, oh, there it is. See, I don't even know where I'm at this morning. Whoops. Because I wanted to do it black because you just never know how these things are going to turn out. So I thought we'd put, you know, Christmas cookies right there. It can also stand for Christmas, but also stand for cookies. So we'll just combine the two words and be happy with it. Okay, so I've got my Alpha. Listen, I got this in scrapbook garage sale. Look at that. And these are fun to play with. Now, you can't expect them to be perfectly straight. And that's kind of the character I like about them. And they're, you know, some of them's typewriter font and some are not. So we're going to lay out the order of how we want these. So there's Christmas, or C. Let's find the CH. There's the H. R. I. S. T. M. A. Okay, we'll have to use the other S down here when it gets time to that. Let me get the explanation mark. I love putting that on everything. Okay, so we got our letters picked out for Christmas. Well, I thought we'd do that first and go from there. Okay, so move my stamps off. Can you guys see? Okay, good. So we're going to do Christmas with a capital C because, you know, we wouldn't, I just feel like that's a word that has to be almost respected because we do like our Christmas. But I also like the reason for our Christmas, you know? So, all right, here is the H. Now, you'll notice I try to line them up the best I can, but see, that one's wonky. It went somewhere else. Here's the R. I need to try to find a place on my desk for these so I don't have to get up and get them every time I want to use them, you know? Okay, where's the letter I? There it is. Thought that was H. Here's the letter S. It's really wonky. Sometimes these will slide around on the little wood piece. You kind of got to watch them. Because, you know, if it got hot one day or something, you're going to have issues. Okay, here's the T. Get it in the right direction. These, even though they're just little stamps, are pretty much quality. And I can't tell you where to get them because it's 2 sets in a little box. So I had 1 set, and so I added it to this box. So I'd have, you know, both. Why? Oh, that's the... I'm like, why do I have 2 of those? Trying to make sure which side's up. There it is. They're so little, it's hard to say. So there's Christmas. Now, down here we will do cookies. Now we will have to look for some more, but let's go ahead and do the C while we are at this point. I'm going to bring it in a little bit because, you know, we don't want it to be. So we need the O. We're going to use it twice. And it is definitely out there, pretty bold. Okay, see, I don't have the K there, so let me find the K. I've been trying to decide what we can start on after we finish this book. And I haven't, of course, made that decision yet, but I have several things I'd like to work on. But can't decide. I'm trying to find where this is supposed to go. Maybe it's down there. Oh, no, that's not it. Okay, I found it. All right, and now we need E, which is still over here. I love any kind of stamp that is like a Christmas font. Or not Christmas, but typewriter font. And I can use it all day. I love it. Here we go. We're getting to the last letter. And I thought we'd do an exclamation mark because it's exciting. I guess I should have kept it over to the other side. Okay. Put these up real fast because I don't want to lose them. And let's see. A. I love how I just lose what. I don't think I had this one in the right spot. That's because I have the C in the wrong spot. That makes sense. Okay, as soon as we get this in here, I'm going to well, that one don't want to come out. They don't have to be in perfect order. I'm really not caring about that part anyway. I just want them kind of in the vicinity. Let me close these so I don't spill them like I spilt all the beads. So I'm going to close up my stamp once I find my lid. And I move it over here. You should see my craft room, guys. I'm not saying that it's a good thing. I'm just saying that it is crazy. Okay, so I'm going to doodle a little bit on here, on this card. So I'm going to look for the black. Let's just use this one. I know we've got blue on the letter, but because we got black letters, I thought I'm just going to do a messy, let me make sure you guys can see. I'm just going to do a messy straight line. Because, you know, sometimes I just feel like there's nothing grounding it to the ground, to the page. And in this case, it's the card. Now, sometimes I want it to be straighter than I do other times, but I always do too. So it anchors it nice and you can't tell. See, like that big wonky thing I just did there, it kind of went off the page. So now I'm making it look like it was on purpose. All right, here we go. Nope, went off a little bit there. And that's okay too. If you keep your hand straight when you do this, like for instance, just, you know, you're pulling the pen and your hand together like. And that really does make a huge difference. So I'm just going to put a few little squiggles. I don't know what you call them. I call them squiggles. And just kind of give it a little bit. You can use other things, like you can use hearts, stars, you know, stuff like that. Okay, so that part is done. And look how much it changed. That is what is crazy to me. Okay, so here we have a bag, and it's already inked. I must have had it inked for something else because, you know, I don't have any ink on it now. So I think this is going to go inside our little bag. See how it says Christmas cookies? Love it. I love it, love it. Okay, I have this gold lace because our letters are gold. It's a different gold, but that's okay. It's close enough. And I think we'll put our number on the other page, but on here, I want to put our lace on here. And you know what I forgot to grab? I forgot to grab a glove because they mess up my new nice Christmas nails. Now my nails would never really be this bright red, but the girls love glitter, so I thought they will have fun seeing Grammy in some glitter fingernail polish, which I've never worn glitter before. So this will be a first for me. I did not put glitter on my toes because I'm thinking, that is taking it one step too far for me. I can take it off my hands after Christmas, but I can't take it off my feet that soon because I won't be ready to go back and get my pedicure again, you know, for a few weeks. I try to do anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks in the winter time. This summertime, I'll do them once a month usually. And most of the time, I don't put anything on my hands because of crafting. Okay, so that is drying. And I hope we have enough to use. Because this, I think, is the only gold I have left from all the bookmaking. I'm wanting to put it at the top and at the bottom of this. So let's go down here. I'm going to go ahead and put it on the bag a little bit higher than where, you know, we would maybe normally, because I don't want to take up any page space, you know. So, I don't know if that's the right direction or not, but that's okay. Just stuck my knuckle in some glue. I'm trying to stick it down a little bit there with a tool so it doesn't go all over my fingers. Normally I would not even care, but get out a wipey because I don't have one out yet. I know you guys are thinking, that lady's so slow. I really just take my time with everything now because, you know, there was a time I was going 90 miles an hour in my career and, you know, and new grandbabies and you name it. Okay, so we got one more thing to do on here. Let's take this white cookie because it won't stand out on the, well, that's not true. We could do Let's do the white and the green. That way we'll have this one tree on here. Look how cute, you guys. It's going to be cute. I just hit a little ink around the sides of that. So I'm just going to hit a little ink around it now. I'm hoping that I can keep this from running out the sides. You know, I'm really bad about that. Trying to keep it in further. Okay, so today we have to run one small errand. Really, it's just to run a gift to someone, but so we won't even be there an hour. It'll probably be less because she is going to have a lot of people at her house for Christmas. I thought our 11 people was a lot. She's going to have 21, she told me. So I told her, instead of going to dinner like we had planned to do before Christmas, get together, you know, I was like, let me just run by and drop it off. I want to go buy, I love to shop this time of year too because I can get things at good value. I want to go buy Tuesday morning. I don't know if you guys shop there. I think Tuesday morning, Marshall's, TJ Maxx. I think it's different in every town. You know, not everybody has every one of those. So in Broken Arrow, which is where we might as well live in Broken Arrow, but we live in Tulsa. Our address is in Tulsa. So, now we've got the little cookie on here. You know what would be cute is if we had confetti and we just kind of drop some on there. I know I have some white flakes. We might look if we have time. Let's get the main stuff done first. Because we do have to decoupage. Look at that. Get it up there where you can see. I love that. That would be cute in a book, wouldn't it? Just cut a clipping out of a Christmas book and get an old vintage card and some lace in the back. I'm gonna set this aside for a minute. I'm trying to remember what else I was wanting to do on this page. Oh, maybe I'm ready on this one. I thought I was going to put another strip of gold at the top, but I changed my mind. Just changed my mind. That's why I'm trying to make this simpler so we can start moving along, you know, and finally get to the Christmas story. And we are going to even take it to New Year's Eve. Okay, there we go. Now, we're going to glue the book or the pocket on first. I want to bring it up as far as I can. I don't know if that's going to be... Do we want to put it at a slant? The reason I'm saying that is because we can take it higher. Doesn't seem like it, I know, but we could take it higher and then, like, turn some cookies one way. See, that looks like it's too matchy-matchy, so we're not going to do that. Let's just put it in the center. And we'll cross this white cookie over right here because that doesn't look as bad. And we could put this cookie over here. We are going to put a tree over there, but I just don't want it to be so cluttered looking. What do you guys think? See, I feel like these two are running into each other. So let's put this to the side until we decide. And I'm going to pull this over a little bit so that we have some room here for both trees. Okay, so I'm going to have about 1 inch down by the binding. It is after 9, but it feels like it's real early in the morning, you know. Have you ever had mornings you've woke up and you need to take your medicine, but you have to eat and you really aren't hungry? And I hate those mornings. I kind of had that this morning, but I'm on a lot of vitamins because I have major low B12 right now. So I'm having to take B12, zinc, folic acid, and a B12 shot once a week. I know. It's just been one of those months for me. It's not like that happens all the time. But let me get this back in the camera. I'm going to put it right here. And I'm not gluing the bag, not gluing the card down. I want them to be able to pull it in and out. And just see what's on there. Every day we've said we're wrapping today. We hadn't wrapped yet. After I did the videos yesterday, I went in there, my husband was asleep, and I'm like, well, I guess we're not going to wrap. Because, you know, we have some big things that I'll need his help with. And I can wrap the little ones, but those giant ones, like, you know, the ones that are big, like a TV or something, or big something else, it's not an easy task. As a matter of fact, I was thinking with my one grandson of just wrapping his big gift and make it just, you know, in a little box or something and have it say Merry Christmas when he finally digs through there and tries to find it. My husband, he loves pulling little pranks on them. He also wanted to put rocks, you know, in some of their boxes. And when they get it open, they'll think they have the same gift because they're both making noise. And when they open it, they're going to be surprised. I make the girls especially open at the same time because one will get kind of jealous of what the other one got. If, like last year, one of my granddaughters wanted a robot, like one of those big robots you put together. And her and Dad ended up doing it, but she wanted a hoverboard. And her parents didn't want her to have a hoverboard. So, the youngest granddaughter, she got to open before her brother and then before my other granddaughter. And we go by youngest to oldest. Because they have, you know, you got to have patience to do it. Okay, so let me tell you this real quick. We're going to go over here. I'm going to get a pair of gloves. My husband has stuff piled everywhere in my craft room. It's like a booby trap. So I'm going to go over here and get a pair of gloves, and I'll keep talking about the Christmas last year. So the youngest girl, she opened up what the oldest girl really wanted, but her parents wouldn't let her have it. Because they felt like she was maybe a little too clumsy. And they can be dangerous, you know. But anyway, so when the youngest one opened her gift, her face was like, she knew she didn't have the same thing because the box sizes were way different. And we also got them the little things that hook to it so they can sit and do it rather than stand. So I just knew my other little granddaughter would cry. I didn't want to do it, but I couldn't disappoint the other ones, you know, because their parents allowed them to. And anyway, so her daddy knew what was coming, so he squatted down and told her, you know, your gift's gonna be different. And you know, because I could tell she wanted to cry. I felt like I was the bad guy, but I was just doing what I was told. But anyway, she ended up loving it and ended up okay, because the young granddaughter and my middle grandson, we had this huge walking trail around a pond in our neighborhood, and the pond sits right out our back door, and it's just awesome. The kids love it. They can just go in a big, it's like it's more than a half a mile. It's like almost a mile, or one lap. And so they love going around. Okay, we're going to put this tree on this side. Now, I didn't add tree over here because I don't want that to be the main thing. But I wanted to, you know, I've got these cute little napkins, and I wanted to decoupage some in here. I don't know if I've done that yet, but... So she was all right. They took turns with her, and her parents let her play on it, and I think they realized real quick that they should have let her get one. And she's been riding those, what do you call them? Electric scooters, and she has a bike, and she has, you know, all the other things. Charlie has a big Jeep. Listen, he's so little. Even though his brain's old enough, he's so little that, you know, at first we're like, don't let him ride by himself, you know. And, well, that was no problem because his feet wouldn't reach the pedals. Oh, my goodness. And he had to have a couple pillows behind him so he could reach the pedals at first. And he would either have a mom or a sister in there with him in case, you know, he lost control or something, which he wouldn't. But anyway, it was mostly, you know, him having the strength to do it. But I wish you could have seen him when they carried that into the room. His little face was awesome. Because he's rode on other people's, you know. And, anyway, that was last year. But they all ended up loving what they got. Even my oldest grandson. That kid, he's got a girlfriend, but he would sit all day on that computer and play games. I mean, he's got every game you can imagine. Electronic type games. Well, I can't say what he's getting this year, but he will enjoy it. I can tell you that much. Okay, none of them would give me a list this year, so they just have to like it or lump it. Well, I say that my oldest granddaughter, she gave us a list. Well, even just because they have a list, sometimes they don't get what's on the list. But I was kind of determined to make sure she got what she wanted this year, because she was disappointed last year, and so we got her iPad in a rose gold with a rose gold case. It is really pretty, and she got rose gold earpiece or headphones. So she's set. It's going to be her first iPad. She was the one granddaughter that would come over here and just love playing with our iPad. Well, by the time all the kids went through it, we didn't use it that much, so we let them use it. And we went and bought a case to put on it so if it got dropped. And it did get dropped a lot. You can't get through their head that it will break. This napkin I think is pretty old. Because I think I only have the one. And it's tearing a few holes in it, but that's all right. We'll just work around it. I'm not that picky. Okay. Kind of like to end up with a few little leftover. Since it's the only one. You can tell that it's older because it has little tiny pinholes in it. I know. I love vintage stuff. And you just have to make it work. You know, and I know there's a lot of cute new things because I bought them myself. But I saw this little napkin somewhere. And I thought, I'm getting that. I was getting it to put in a journal, but... And I just kind of tear around. I know everybody does this different. I sometimes use water with a brush if I want it to look a certain way. But we're on video, and I don't want you to have to sit here all day waiting on me. All right. Been super busy. I've been trying to answer my messages, you know, the best I can. I've answered them all my YouTube. I've got other things to work on, but so quiet in this room. Listen, you could hear a pin drop. I've got my door closed and no television on, nothing exciting going on. Okay. These things really tear because they're old. I'm trying to be as careful as I can. All right, so this is going to go, it's going to have a few little tears on it, but that's all right. I kind of like that rugged look that somebody made it look. All right, now I'm not going to take this out of the book, but I am going to take a piece of, let me move this up under. I don't know why I've got it under instead over. I'm going to turn the page this way. And then just kind of put it under because I don't want it decoupage into my next page. You know what I mean? I don't think we'll have a big problem, but you never know. All right. Yeehaw. What Okies from Oklahoma say. Yeehaw. Okay. Where'd my brush go? There it is. I've had it soaking in water overnight because you know how these brushes get. They get very, very hard and old. I've got to get some decoupage. I'm almost out. I have enough to do this book or anything I need in this book. Okay, so I'm going to put this tree toward the bottom and more toward the center because I want to put our number up here. Maybe I'll do it like this, and that way the tree and the number can be on toward the outside, and the cookie will be up above, kind of at a slant if we have room for it. Okay. And I don't care that you can see the sides of it. It's okay. I kind of like my decoupage to not look perfect. And I don't shoot for perfect on this. Every now and then I want some more perfect than the others. But now we'll go over the top of that. I don't want to make it super heavy because it just thickens up your book. But we'll get it on here and let it be drying while we finish up this page. Now, the next page, since this was super fast apparently, we can go ahead and do the next page. I kind of like to be caught up, you know, by Christmas Eve. Oh, something just, I don't know if it was the decoupage or what, but something made me cough. I think I'm going to put the decoupage on this whole page, and the reason is I like the texture to be the same. And this part right here is not doing perfect, but it'll be all right. All right, now, where's my cookie? Here's our cookie. I think this one's turning out cute. Cute, cute. So I thought, since I put decoupage on here, I just decoupage this one too. Do you know what I'm saying? I just think it up. Do we go this way or that way? I think we'll go that way. And I don't care if it overlaps either. You know, I want them to just look random. I think I'm just going to stick the back down because I don't really want the cookie to look totally different compared to the other side. I'll have to think on that. I'll see how the edges, if they stay down well enough for us. If they don't, we'll go back and let me get my little tool, my little ceramic tool. I probably use this tool more than any tool I have. I know that sounds crazy, but I think we need some more right there. Yeah, I thought so. It wasn't looking the same. Let me just kind of go like this. Oh, there we go. Get my tool out. Good morning. Are you awake? If I was here by myself and not talking, I would be going to sleep. I was working on a gift. I don't want to say too much because I know when she has time she watches videos, but I was working on this gift for someone, and I forgot what I was going to tell you. Oh my goodness. And it's real early. This is what I was going to tell you. So I was working on this gift, and I mean, it was early in the morning, okay? And I kept dozing off, and I was painting, okay? I was painting this item. I dropped the brush on it. I mean, it was one color, so that worked out, but I dropped the brush and woke up. And I dropped the brush on my pajama top, and I was like, what? You know, that's one of those things I was telling you before. My husband says, don't go in there and start doing serious things that you'll regret, because you know you're going to nod off. I'll wake up and I'll be so awake. Yeah, I think we'll put these up here. What do you think? I wish I had something for right in here. So I'm going to put this there. Got to get my Fabri-Tac for that, or Fabri-Fix. I don't know which one this is. Listen, sometimes the store buys Fabri-Tac and sometimes Fabri-Fix. I think it's because it's kind of made in small quantities because it ages. So you don't ever want to buy like 5 jars, I guess. And just so you know about some glues that I know about, I also use, you can go to May Made It. Listen, that lady has over 100,000 viewers. And she just does all kinds of, she has a craft shop in Alabama, and she just does all kinds of stuff in her. She does a lot of cards, but she makes a lot of different projects. And her husband is her sidekick. His name's Vinny, and they're cute together. But anyway, he takes care of stocking their store and stuff. And they do have online, an online store also. And they'll come on videos and show you what's new in the store or stuff like that. And this time of year, they always talk about the, what is it called? Art glitter glue. Because evidently, it can only be shipped at certain temperatures. So they tell you, they always are telling you, get your art glitter glue before it gets super cold. And I haven't bought any in a while. I mean, I do use it occasionally, but if I'm making flowers, usually is when I make it or use it. But it grabs really fast. So you know, but I guess it can freeze or something. And so you want to make sure that you buy it before it could freeze. And they won't ship it. The person who carries it, the company, they won't ship it unless it's certain temperatures. Wherever they're at or wherever you're at, they base it on the temperature. So once it's the right temperature, you'll get your order, I guess. So unless you have a local store that carries it, you're going to have. But a lot of people absolutely love it. And I take, when I go to conventions or something, I take my art glitter glue. If I'm going to do a heartfelt creations class, they make those beautiful cards. But anyway, so I'm going to go right here and trim this off. Now, I want to doodle on this page. And you're probably thinking, no. But the reason is because we doodled here. And we have time. But I'm going to come back to this because it's still wet. So what I'm going to do is cover the dry side like that. And I got to pull out day 22. I don't even know what day 22 is. I had this one laid out for yesterday when I made the 2 videos, but can't get it to stay down there. Okay, let me find it. Day 22. What did I do with my bag? Oh, there it is, right in front of my face. Do you ever do that? Just say, oh my goodness. Right in front of my face. I'm trying to clear a space here so I can make sure we get back in the camera view. I'm going to do back like this. Okay. Now, I got to take a drink. Sorry guys, but when it's early and you start talking, it's like, okay, things aren't coming out right. Okay, I'm just going to lift that up and over for now. If you noticed, I did put a coffee stain over this paper that I felt like was too thin to decoupage on. So I let that dry yesterday. That's the only thing I did ahead of time for this one. Okay, I'm going to flip this over. I wonder what, hold on a second. Probably need to dry it a little bit. It's got some puddles. It won't take long. This dries pretty fast. Then we can go ahead and do our doodle. Don't you just love decoupaging? You know, I've had stuff to decoupage for a long time, and I've done it a lot. But to be able to just pull a book out and decoupage it, it's fun. So when 2019 arrives, I'm going to, I bought myself a journal. All right. I said, honey, I wanted a journal for Christmas. He wouldn't let it be Christmas. It's so funny because I think I don't know what to get him. As he just likes electronic stuff. I should have got him one of those virtual cameras. But anyway, that I got, and I'll show you, I'll do a video and show you my, I gotta look and see what day's on top. This should be day 22. There it is. So day 22 is vintage Christmas cards. Well, no, not all of them are. It's only 2 Christmas cards actually, but I want it to represent, even though it's not Christmas Eve day on the 22nd, I want it to represent going to Christmas Eve service. And I had these 2 cards that had churches on them. So that's what we're doing right now, is we're going by them having churches on it. I'm going to fold this down a little bit. Maybe I can get it to not be making so much noise. There we go. Okay. Alright. I clipped this down, but I think I'll just stick my arm on here. Because it's blue on the back of that page, I'm not going to worry about that because I'm not backing the pages on these. But I just have a couple really cute church cards. Look at the little snow. It's different. And this is for my half-sister. And she lives in Locust Grove. And I just thought it was really pretty. So, I'm going to put it on this side. And, anyway. It says, asking God to bless you with the peace His presence brings. It's really, really pretty. And fill your heart and home with joy in worshiping the King. Blessings at Christmas. And there's a scripture that says, they shall call His name Emmanuel. God is with us. That's Matthew 1:23. I love it when they call Him Emmanuel. I just love that. Okay, so we're just going to... I might make it like a pocket so that when we get Christmas, we try to go to at least 2 Christmas Eve services. We can put the bulletin or whatever. I don't know what they call it. In some places they call it bullet. Good grief. The bulletin, or they'll call it order of service or one of those. So, this one's going to open out. Let me see. So, I'm going to do it like this. I don't want it to be a big pocket. Just enough to stick any information on the church that we decide to go to, or that sort of stuff. We're going to go to our daughter's church on, oh my gosh, is today Saturday? Or no, we're going tomorrow. We're going on Sunday to my daughter's church. And I don't know when we're going to the other one. But her church has 5 services on Sunday. They have grown so tremendously. And it's an awesome thing to watch. And we don't go there regularly because it's quite a drive for us compared to where we live. Okay, so I'm going to put this card down where you can still see the stitching. I gotta hold it for a second. You know, when your book starts getting super big, it can make a difference on your... We are still in signature 1. I thought we were getting closer than that, but we did just do the center. Of course, the glue is wanting to come out the edges. Are you shocked? Make sure we're still in camera. Okay. And then I have a second a second card that has a different church front on it, and I just thought it was so pretty. It was real snowy, so I figure that's a good spot for it, is to put the two churches together to represent Christmas Eve services. But a lot of churches, you know, if they're a big church, like my daughter's has 5 services every Sunday, they're going to have a lot more on Christmas Eve, at Christmas Eve services, so they do them on Saturday and Sunday. So we're hoping to have everything done by the time it's, you know, well, this one is day 22, which is today, I believe. Let me look. Yeah, today's 22, so we're caught up. Can't even believe that, because I haven't been caught up one day yet, I don't think. So this catches us up. So I won't do another video that has to do with the next day, because we haven't had it yet. Let me make sure this is not gluing down. It always has its little perks here, if you want to call them that. It's not really a perk, but it's got attitudes, what it's got. Get my glue eraser out, because this works the absolute best at getting any excess glue off. Sometimes if it's a lot, you have to wait till it dries a little bit. I moved my mat over because I get busy and I forget if I'm in frame. And I know every now and then I have videos where I get out of frame for a few minutes, and I hate it when that happens. It's not like in a December daily, you can't really redo the video for that day, because that would look weird in your book. And you, like in this situation, you only have these particular cards, you know. I'm getting most of my cards, trying to put a lot of my cards in the book too, because I have so many pages. That page is just not happy. I might have to secure it with something. Maybe we'll put a ribbon or something down here. But it just, that glue and the fact that we did water, or not water, but decoupage on the other side, you know, it will go through to your next pages if you're not careful. But I felt like I was careful. Okay, so I made this into a pocket, so if we want to put anything in those pockets at some point, we can. Now I got to fix this to make it stronger, but I'll just put some ribbon or something along the bottom. So both sides are going to be churches. Now this, trying to get it where it won't stick on your next page. This is not going to be a fancy, I don't think I'll put pockets on the other side, because it is kind of on a really wet page already, so I just want to smear mostly around the edges, and feeling like I need some breakfast. It's still pretty early. I've gotten on this eating oatmeal kick with brown sugar and butter. Not butter. It's like an olive oil kind of spread. But anyway, and that's all I put in it. And, you know, it's the old-fashioned. And it's all, you know, that the old-fashioned of anything's always better than the cheaper, more processed food. But man, it is really good. I told my husband, when this is gone, I am not buying any more. Because I want to eat that for like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Because it's so good. And so I told my husband, I said, when this is gone, that's it. Because we are getting back on our normal diet. We're kind of off of it right now because of Christmas. But now when you see this book, you're going to think, oh my goodness, that's pretty. Because it really, really is. Let me show you. I'll bring it up and let you see. Can you see? I usually have to stand up to make sure I'm in frame. Is that too dark? Let's see if I can get a little bit of light over here. Since I moved my table, I feel like my light is not as good, but the videos, you can see good on the videos. If the videos were having problems, there is the church you can see in the back. Isn't that pretty? And that snow and a creek. Pretty, pretty. This one is a church with a city around it. And different kinds of snowflakes. I just love Christmas cards. I like to keep them. Normally, I would keep them, but I have a lot. And I would keep them and use them for my books. But since I decided to do the December Daily, I wanted to keep my cards. But if you watch garage sales and stuff, people will sell them. Our vintage stores. And that's how I end up getting mine. I bought quite a few vintage ones when I went to Ohio. Okay, now let's glue on. Let's glue on our number. Where do we want our number to be? I don't want it on the church. And see, then this one has little deer. Got to think about it for a second. Maybe we can do it up here where this tree is. That's what we'll do because it's kind of bare. I've got ink on me. I'm getting glue on my nails. They're doing great. Okay, let me put some glue on the numbers. And then we'll be done with this video. And I will think about what the next one's going to be. I haven't planned too far, and I will come back and journal on all the days because, it takes so long to do the video. I can't really journal on camera. And I feel like it rushes me, and my penmanship is not as great. Okay, we're going to put it up here. Just because. Plus, this book is glued completely down, so I feel like it can take the weight. I'm holding it because I want to make sure it gets adhered. What do you know? No glue everywhere. All right, where'd my other two go? There it is. Okay. Trying this. These have adhesive on the back, but I just don't think it's strong enough. You still pay for the adhesive, They're going to charge you more. Well, I ran out of ones at first. Had to go back and get some wooden ones because it worked out that I had more of those numbers. And the wooden ones were just like $1.99 a pack. So then I had to go and so I got one that had twos. I think I bought one of both at first. And then I get all my numbers out. And then I need one number in order to have enough But I do want to show you what I got for next year. The problem is, I got it on a clearance rack. The problem is, you know, it was only 50% off, and I had already gotten a bunch, so I didn't want to buy 2 of them. Well, I'm going to slide it right off the page there, it looks like. Make sure that was just straight. It was actually for an advent calendar, so it only went up to 24 or 25. And I was disappointed in that, but it has it's like a, kind of like a tag that has the numbers cut out. I thought that was really cute. I'm going to get it and show it to you guys. If you hear me fall, it's because my scrapbook room is like a maze right now. Okay. I've done a lot of clearance shopping. I've gotten a lot of really pretty cards and